Alright, welcome back to another Art Time episode with the cat over there just walking around. Today we're drawing Chrome War weaponry, that of which I'm not entirely too sure if this is the right name, but I do vaguely remember this word being utilized, named the Striker. So, yeah. Before we fully go into this, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and then let's get right into this, shall we? Alright, so I don't remember what the name was exactly for this weapon. Whoops, did not mean to do that. I do vaguely remember it having the name Striker in it, which makes sense. I wanted to go for like a one word kind of name for some of them. And this is one of those names. So, yeah, that's what we did. I went a little bit with the design here. I got something in mind with the drawing itself, but let's just focus on getting the gun drawn and done with, shall we? So this hopefully shouldn't take too long. It really depends on what it is I need to get it done with, but right now we're just drawing this gun from the Cerulean faction. And then we're just going to, post it today, hopefully. Should be able to post it today, assuming everything goes properly. But, yeah. There's the, wait, what am I calling that handle? This is more of a nozzle. Or whatever that else would be called. We'll see what else those would be called. Anyways, yeah. This right here is an assault rifle. I don't have the stats in mind for it, but it's, it's just a simple assault rifle for now. When I get to making a description on it after this, then we'll have, sights. Then we'll have, what do you call it? Some more information on it that you can read when it's posted on DeviantArt. But for now, though, we're just going to color this in. I have some of the more important aspects shown, obviously. So, yeah. I'm not entirely too sure of whether or not I will plan on changing the name back to what I had before. I do vaguely remember it being called a Striker, and it being an assault rifle, so that it most likely will stick regardless. But, outside of that, I can't remember any other, names that I used for it. I had 6 weapon ideas, and I don't know what they are. Of course, we got an external hard drive thingy, so we're gonna do that test by taking the thing out and seeing if it still runs on another computer, hopefully. I'm not sure what went down. It's hard to say, really. Could just be fully damaged, who the hell knows? I don't know anymore. At this point, I just expect the worst to happen. So hopefully it's not going to be the worst. Hopefully things aren't going to be annoying. No laser sight. And then we can go back to the norm once more. But we just gotta wait. Gotta wait until we can get that work done with, hopefully later this Friday. And hopefully it won't take too long and will work. So, again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is the only one that's going to have red. I don't know if I should save this one. I'll probably just call it laser sight. Since it is different, I'll move this all the way back here. And that looks different. I'll adjust that a bit. There we go. Alright, so nothing new has happened since, yesterday. Obviously, we just got the outline done with and had to deal with the annoyance known as work. Yep. But, yeah, nothing else happened. What color should this thing be? Because it could probably be that. I need a more gray color for stuff like the switches. Not too dark, but dark enough and light enough to, you know, look good. Yeah, like that. But yeah, nothing else has happened. We're just drawing. I have nothing more to talk about. I just want to draw and have a video of it. Oops, I almost called that fun. I have not. Well, there's going to be an episode of Harley Quinn coming out later tonight, but that's obviously later tonight. So, not really anything I could talk about right now in that department, unfortunately. This seems to... Whoops! I did the wrong one. Base 1E, I think this is. Just about. Let's see. I'm not sure of... I guess this color seems pretty good for the more lighter parts, and we should have something more darker. Or maybe something brighter for like the screws. And darker for the main base. We're trying to make a more futuristic gun that goes for the same color swatch that the Cerulean faction has. This one should probably be a bit more darker. Just about there, yeah. Which one is this? Number 8? I think it is. Right, okay. Anyways, H. Yeah, I don't got anything to say. No, call that gun, not base. Don't know why I call that one base. I got many things backed up for the whole refactory thing that we gotta do. I even got the shapes here backed up. Because I forgot that I still had these here, so I replaced the current shape setups in that one department with this one. Hopefully I can remember that that's like that. Shouldn't forget. It doesn't seem like it would be something we would be able to forget that easily, but we'll see. Which color are you? Because I might want you to be brighter. Yeah, I think I might want that top side to be brighter, actually. Whoops. Right up top. Even this one shares the same color aspect. Right like that. And this one will probably share the same color aspect as that as well. But that should be more on top, like here. I don't know what that is. It's a slit for a lever to go, where you go on ahead and just like do this, pull it back, and get ready to shoot, kind of thing. But other than that, I don't know what else you would call that. More like a lever. It is kind of a lever, but I don't know if that's the actual name or not. As I've said before, I like shooting guns, but I don't know all the names and whatnot, the technical know-hows. All I know is shoot, aim, the basic stuff that you need to know to operate one of them, and that's it. It's been a while since I fired a gun anyway, so not like it matters too much. I do know how to utilize it still regardless, but I'll probably need like refreshers every now and again, be like, oh yeah, this is where this one is, that's where that one is. This one does this, what do you call it, action thing. Because I've had an instance where I like had this like go in and then the trigger, whatever the hell, the slide goes back into place, ready and raring to go when we're at the firing range. It's been a while since I've been there, but my father's the one that like takes care of all the gun stuff, and he usually shoots that stuff pretty freaking early. See, I'm an afternoon person, waking up at like 12 to 2, like 12 for around 12 for work, but 2 for like weekends and stuff like that. That's just how I am. Also, is this M? I think this is M. So I don't necessarily follow the same, you know, because he's A shift, I'm B shift. We are on completely different schedules. I don't want that to be that. But also that will be something. Let me figure something else for this. But yeah, we're on a completely different schedule. So obviously, trying to be able to do certain things in like the certain time frame requires me to have to wake up early, and I'm groggy and all that stuff on a weekend of all things. Which is kind of annoying, being groggy. Alright. Lightning. Questioning whether I want this to be an electric-based gun. Because Chrome Wars, it makes sense that there would be some weaponry in this universe that has the ability to, like, you know, utilize elemental-based stuff. Like, obviously, you know, the whole, the whole fire incendiary rounds. I don't know what electric would be called. Shock rounds or something. Probably. Acid rounds for mechs and whatnot. Explosive rounds too. You got like the main 4 properties when it comes to like dealing with you know, certain threats within the Chrome War universe. Incendiary rounds mostly for how you say humans, the soldiers, out of which you would fight out there on the field. Those guys. Shock rounds for mechs that essentially have like how you would say shield. I guess shield-based technology, preventing them from like taking any massive damage and whatnot, that kind of stuff. And acid rounds for things that have like heavy armor, like the mechs, of course. And I guess explosive rounds is also in the same boat. It's kind of like in the same vein as like Borderlands, I guess you would call it. With similar what he calls, except, you know, you're mostly dealing with mechs. A war out there with 4 factions. 3 opposing factions, of course, but you're still at war with people. Although I guess technically there is a war in that game as well, with like some bandits and corporations and whatnot, so I guess technically it's in a similar vein with that. But it makes sense that you would have elemental weaponry and whatnot, with a world full of futuristic technology and whatnot. So yeah, sure, we'll grab some inspiration for Borderlands. Story and scenes different enough to where it's not a complete exact copy. And of course, weapons and mechs, these are kind of the things that are used in this particular universe. Ammo counter screen. What the? Did you just toss that food? What is that? It's just a big, long string of cat food on the ground over here. Why'd you fling that? You better eat that. And also there was just some strange beeping outside. Don't know what that was. I don't know what base this is. I'll make this base 2A, since we're kind of already getting off the track anyways. Yeah, part of the trigger, I guess. Is that supposed to be underneath? Probably. Alright, good. She ate the food that she flung across the thing that looked like a flying insect at first, but it really was just the cat's food being flung across the room. Not across the room. But like the food dish is like right here. Dresser's like right over here. Food flung in over here in front of the dresser. Don't know how the hell you do this stuff, cat. Okay, so apparently we already used that color, so I guess this is the color we want to use. Okay, anyways. As I was saying before, this is probably going to have shock round stuff. I don't know if I had said the same thing with the plasma cutter thingy. I'm going to look back on that drawing, or that description. I have to do it through here. Let's see, Chrome Wars. Yeah, Chrome Wars has just been focusing mostly on weaponry. Plasmatic cutter. Let's see. It's just blade type. I don't have anything with elemental here. It's a bit strange. I should have it be more of a... should have elemental based stuff. It's fine. Maybe I can adjust it. We'll see what occurs. But for now, we got our own thing to focus on. Like, for instance, this little button right here, which probably should be a different color from what we have there. You press that, and that's the safety off button. Obviously, press that, and you're ready to fire, with your hand being close to there, of course. Alright, now what the hell do I need to do for this one? Actually, what the hell do I do for this one? I think I just gotta move this like right over here. Because I want that to be above that, but I can't have that be above that if that's where that is. And what should you be color-wise? This one? I mean, it would make sense. With that being that, and this being this, being completely different colors. 2G. Oh yeah, also let's not forget about the screws. Which I probably should have this part of the base be a screw as well. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Let's see. 2G? Nah. Base 2H. Sheesh. Alright, let's see here. I guess, really, Kaj, you just fling your food off onto the floor again? Why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep flinging your food out of your dish? Do I gotta put your food in like a little freaking castle thing that you can, you have to like duck under to like get to it so you don't keep tossing it out and eating it that way? What's your problem? Alright, let's see. Should this be blue? I mean, it matches the blue little bit up top there, so I guess that's fine. Right, cat? Drink time. I better not see any cat food inside of my drink, with how far you fling things. What are you meowing at? I don't know why your spoon is slowly trying to preen itself off the edge of the dresser, but that's fine. Meow! Meow! Now you're gonna meow? You're just gonna look at me and nudge stuff? Anyways, yeah. I probably will go back to the plasmatic cutter and try to come up with a slot to do some, what do you call it? Yeah, before this was like a lever thing that was going over to here, and then I decided to have it be like a little switch, kind of. I think it looks better than what it did before. It's a long, skinny lever it was before. Now it's not. Now it's something else. Trigger 1A. 19 minutes. Alright, good, great, fantastic. Trigger will probably share the same color swatch, maybe? Or maybe this should be more blue. So you're this. Trigger 1B. You're this. There we go. I guess I should also get this done with first, since it's the quickest one that we can get done with. Handle. Or grip. Actually, that would be the proper term, if I remember correctly. I guess... we can have this blue color here for like the grip portion. And that can be this. But wait, what do I do for that? I guess we can have that be a darker screw or something. But how dark, you may wonder? How about this dark? Guess that'll work. Alright, now for the magazine. Or just call it the mag, so it's a lot quicker to just type in instead of having to keep on typing the whole thing. Well, I guess I could just, I could just copy and paste mag 1 and then put in the letter when we're done. Nope, that's not what I want. How about this color? I guess, maybe? That color combined with this color. Let's see. Whoops, mag 1B. Oh, I pressed Control B again. I believe I had said this before in video that did come out. Control B accidentally blows up a public building. So if you mean to press Control V, but you press Control B instead, congratulations, you just blew up a public building. Yeah, we're still recording, just need to make sure. Just want to make sure that everything is still recording. So that I can call back on that Control B reference without having to worry about re-explaining it. Yep, Control B, quite a dangerous thing to press. You want to play a very dangerous game called Explosion Roulette? All you gotta do is go to a public library and press Control B. Wait a minute. Right, that would be like this, technically speaking, even though it's not like, the fun is there. Anyways, yes, go to a public library and press Control B. The very anxiety-inducing part of this game is you will never know whether or not you are going to blow yourself up. You will never know if you are the last one there. The last puppet building in the world. Because, of course, if you are constantly blowing up all of these here buildings by pressing Control B a bunch of times, and you end up being the last public building on the planet, but you don't know. In your mind, you think, alright, we've been doing good so far. Here we go. Your finger goes over to Control. Well, it does this Control B. Oh, color balance command. I don't know what the hell color balance is. Apparently, Control B actually does something in Photoshop. But, Control B? Oh, color balance. I don't know what this is supposed to be for, but I guess it doesn't matter because it's not something we are using. Anyways, yeah, the Control B fiasco thingy. Apparently it's, whoops, B equals base. Didn't mean to do that. But, yeah, it's a game that people play whenever they want to try to go on the, the thrill-seeking adventure, but the only issue is if, wait, hold on. Well, actually, I can have that be about that. The only issue is if you, continue playing that game without any knowledge that you're the last public building in the world. Chances are you might just accidentally blow yourself up, and that's it. Game over. You couldn't succeed in this very life-threatening game of Control B. Yes, indeed. That is that's the name of the game. Control B. Not something that you should be playing, kids. You should not risk your lives or the lives of any, unless you are willing to pay for it. In more ways than you think. Insert evil laugh here, because I do not feel like trying it right now. I'm too tired. I'll do this. You got a mature drawing that I'm going to be working on. It's it's a continuation of this one instance in the series. Not going to spoil it, obviously. Is that everything here? Seems to be, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna save this swatch now. I'm gonna actually save this swatch on the outside and call it back up swatches. I'll call it Z-backup swatches, so that's at the end. And I'll just call this OC Striker. Yep, Striker. There we go. I have that swatch saved now, just because. I'll try to remember to back that up and put that in the temporary folder on my backup drive thingy, but for now, let's just focus on this. So it doesn't look like there's much here that we need to worry about. Let's see. That's not what I wanted you to do, you fool. Most of the bases here seem to be relatively free of stuff. So I guess I'll just put this guy's thumb here then. Yeah, seems fine. Then we got fingers 1A. Weird noises coming from outside next door. Well, I guess there was a backing up sound, so it looks like the next door neighbors are back. I guess. A lot of door slamming now. Alright, let's see. There's not too much in the hand here, so this shouldn't take too long. Whoops. This shouldn't take too long at all. I guess I'll have this over here as well. What are you doing? Go over here, you fool. I'll just call this glove. Most of this isn't going to matter too much. Yep, there's that backing up noise again. Don't know if y'all can hear that. Alright, fingers 2A, even though this is kind of in the same vein. I guess technically we don't really need to have it be separated, but I'm going to have it separated anyways, just because. Like Cadillac, who's now laying down trying to sleep. Looks at me in words. That's not how you do the word. I don't know how you do that word, cat. How you do that word? Alright, anyways, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm probably not going to save this swatch here. We're not really sticking with like a finalized design with the soldiers. If we do a finalized design, I guess it depends, because some people are probably going to want to have different designs for their armor, right? Going out into this here world, making themselves look good. Out there, destroying people, the opposing force and whatnot. Yep, indeed. I guess the only major difference here is in the Chrome Wars. You got people in Sanguine faction who are actively trying to fight against, you know, the other people. Primarily so that their ways are the ones that are, you know, noticed and whatnot. I'm probably gonna have this be like this. Just so that this is a bit more right where it needed to be with this being here. This one's probably going to be a bit more blue, but is that the shade of blue that I want? Not really, no. Well, that shade, no, that's just too periwinkle. I love that one. How about darker then? Guess that works. I'll go for a full-on dark blue. To which then, I I think that basically covers up all of this person here. So, of course, there's a few things here that we probably should do first before we start, doing any of this. I had gun lines set aside. It wasn't easy. I had to make my own, outline there to make things where it needed to be. So, yeah. We got this pretty much set now. Is this the color or the shade it needs to be? Well, first of all, that's the wrong one. I gotta go to the nozzle now. Yep. Now, hopefully, you stick with it. Hopefully. Now go over to the sights. Where else? Yes, the laser sights now. I wanted to try to get some lines in on this gun just because. I mean, why not? Oh, I didn't realize. That's fine, that could be the same color. It's going to look different anyways. Really? Really? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, well, I guess I'm going to move you down a bit. See if that changed. Well, it's not going to change if I'm not on the fucking layer. Well, that fixed it. I still don't understand why the hell that does that. It's annoying. It's unnecessarily annoying. You're still doing the thing. Everything is still what it needs to be. Yes. Good. Great. Fantastic. Oh, wait, I didn't look at these sides, but it's fine, because it did its thing. Whoops. Alright, let's see. Ooh, whoops. Then the grip. No, it's the background, the grip. For a second there, I thought I wasn't actually placing it in. That's not what I want. Alright, provided you guys still do what you need to do and shade in everything, all the lines should be placed as such, which gives a bit of a unique appearance. I guess I can do these a couple more times so they look darker. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think that's all the lines. I don't know if I have anything more. I don't want to go too hectic with the lines. Just enough to make it look good with some more detail to it than normal. Alright, so this one's probably going to be darker with the light coming off of here. Kind of like a hexagonal looking, whatever that would be called. Hexagonal? Yeah, that makes sense. 6 sides, hexagonal. If I am remembering my words correctly, hexagonal. Now let's see here. Alright, the side here is relatively simple enough. Yeah. Now we got the rim right over here. That's the laser sight. I guess I'll get the laser sight done with first then. Followed by the other part of the laser sight. And then the other part of the laser sight. And then next and most importantly, the switch of laser sight. And then the other part of the laser sight, followed by the actual laser sight itself, which I don't know what it's going to have exactly, probably some mid-tones and highlights. And now we go back to you and actually get you done and over with. Okay. Yay. So now I gotta go on ahead get the rest of this in. I'm going to have that one be brighter. That one do this. With the base bottom port here, shaded in a tiny bit. Jesus Christ. And now the actual baseline part itself, which probably should still have a little bit of a light look to it. The screws and whatnot. The back side of this baseline over here, which makes up most of the gun. Not all of it. I guess that's technically a part of it. Depends on how you would see it, like, combined and whatnot. Have that part be a little bit brighter. I guess this part could be darker since it's going to be mostly underneath the, what do you call it? Then this weird symbol here. Whatever that symbolizes. A 7 and 1, 71. Mach 71, maybe? I don't remember if I had any extra naming to it than just the striker. I probably had more names to it, but I can't remember. And I don't really have the luxury of waiting for the thing to be fixed. So if it's not this, then it's fine. Whoops, I want D. There we go. It's fine. It'll be its name. It'll be known as the striker. And this is the ammo counter, but right now, let's just say it's off. It's off right now, so we don't have to worry about like doing numbers and whatnot there for now. I mean, the guy isn't really like utilizing it fully just yet. Maybe he's picking the gun up off the ground. I know exactly what he's doing, but I'm gonna, well, it's kind of pointless because of the whole thumbnail stuff, and the drawing's already out and whatnot, so there's no point in being all like, hey, it's a secret C and whatnot. There's a downside to having the drawing be the thumbnail, but the upside is that I don't have to make a unique thumbnail every single time I do an art time video because I'm basically already making the thumbnail. That's kind of the funny thing to think about when making art time videos, is that the thumbnail is literally just the drawing itself. You're literally just watching me draw the thumbnail. That's what art time is, technically. Watching me draw the thumbnail. You're just seeing the process, and the final product is already spoiled to you. Technically, the entire point of art time was basically just, you know, some content where I like draw and talk and whatnot. It would help if I had more going on in my life and am able to tell stories properly, but I do my best sometimes. Sometimes I get the home run hitters, sometimes we get foul balls and whatnot. There's not really much that we can do about that, that's just my personality. I'm not really a talkative person. The fact that I've been talking as much as I have in video format is pretty, I mean, it's basically just normal. Usually just talk to myself and get my thoughts out there for, like, myself to hear out loud and whatnot. But now I can actually put that skill to use and talk in video format. Because, you know, that's pretty good to have, video format and whatnot. It's you know, it's the basic stuff, talking while you're doing a video. It is what you need to do. I'm not like here to be an entertainer or anything like that. Although I guess some of you might be entertained with the rage that I feel in the Sonic Adventures 2 videos, with the freaking missions that I'm forcing myself to do. Really are those missions annoying. You haven't even fully seen them yet either. You haven't even seen, you haven't even begun to see my rage. However the hell that meme went. Alright, let's see. But yeah, it's pretty funny to think that essentially all art time videos is just you watching me draw the thumbnail. And some of you do watch it. Some of you don't watch the whole thing, which makes sense. You wouldn't, like, spend, like, a couple of hours watching somebody you're, like, you know, not invested in yet. Newer people will be like, that's interesting, he's just drawing stuff. It's not for me. And even for those who are like, hey, I like the Minecraft stuff, and I watched every single episode, but the art time, not for me. But you're at least watching something of mine. Like, I'm not, like, fully trying to go for the whole YouTuber job aspect. It's basically just, like, a side thing. And if I can get to a point where I can start making money off of it, then good. The more money, the merrier. You know what they say, the more the merrier. Not as close as it usually is, but, you know what, good enough. Good enough. Alright. Yeah, so it's a thing. It doesn't matter. If I get a decent amount of views and a decent amount of subscribers from just, you know, the basic stuff and it's just like, you know, the minimum amount of money, then that's fine by me. Even no money, it's fine by me. It's just the show-off stuff and also to talk. If I can get, like, a good subject matter going to talk and whatnot. And that's the thing. It's also really good to, like, you know, have as a means to, like, bring people up to date on some things. I mean, right now, it's YouTube is just, like, the major motivating factor here is game crafters right now. Just something that I can, like, do, you know, make a game, and you all can watch me make it. That's essentially all it is. And even if some of y'all aren't sticking around and watch the whole thing, that's fine. Because it's mainly just there to motivate me to stick with game making and to not give up so that I can finally get something out there. So hopefully it won't take us too long, but we'll see what happens. I've kind of so far gone par the course with what I'm supposed to be getting done with. So I'd say we're doing decent, at least. We got all the game mechanic stuff that I planned on doing in 1 week. Now I gotta try to do the same for the next one, although I kind of forgot what exactly it was that I was planning on doing for the next one. I know I was going to do some, like, spoilers, teleporter stuff, alongside launchers and maybe even the shifters. Was there anything more that I was planning on making? I can't remember. I have a to-do list set for it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess I'll put the shifters in here then. Yeah, I got teleporters, launchers, and now shifters up next on the list. I didn't fully make the list out yet, though. I should do that at some point, shouldn't I? No, it's fine. Anyways. Yeah, YouTube. It is what it is. I'm not trying to, like, game the system. I'm, like, one of the only YouTubers out here with, like, hundreds of videos. Like, this is... What is this, 102, the 102nd video of art time? Let me check. Let me check, actually. Look at my playlist for a quick second here. Yeah, this is the 102nd video of art time right here. 82 videos of Minecraft, 50 of Sonic Adventures 2. The Dreams Project is kind of dead. Room Vlog was just there for the birthday stuff and also to just have something there. Game Crafters is slowly working its way up. Yeah, I mean, we got like a couple hundred videos, a little bit over. Maybe we're getting close. Actually, can I do a math here? Let's see here. Got 101, well, 102 once this comes out. 102, not counting the private videos, which, you know, I guess we'll still count those. So 102, 184, and with 50, yep, we're over 200 videos. 200 videos and still at 9 subscribers. The goal is still alive. Getting 1,000 videos with only less than 2 digits, or 3 digits. If we can't do less than 2 digits, then it's 3 digits. That's the goal. I'm like doing the anti-goal. We're trying to make a crap ton of content that nobody watches, but it's just to show the dedication I have to making these particular types of videos, even if we don't get noticed. But hey, I'm giving the Void Demons something. Something that you guys took away from them with that one episode of Minecraft OTC Edition. I'm still annoyed that it's on hiatus, but worst case scenario, we just have a 4-hour time skip. If this hard drive is completely borked and the data is unrecoverable. Or a 2-hour time skip, assuming one of the videos didn't fully record properly. The videos are there. One of which ended weirdly, but it did look like it recorded properly. Provided I can get the content off, we might see those videos come out next week. Potentially? I don't know. If we can't get that content off, and if there's nothing that we can get out of that there busted hard drive, then unfortunately it seems like we're just going to have to do the 2-hour time skip. How frustrating, especially on an episodic series like Minecraft, where we do everything like, the whole SMP live stuff, or whatever that was called. That Captain Sparkles and a bunch of people did once before. How annoying. Well, I guess technically it's not live, since it's pre-recorded, obviously. I don't know how to do live stuff yet. Don't know if I ever will do live stuff. I don't have the audience big enough to be able to do live stuff, so I just do basic hour recordings. And that's all we really need to do. We don't need to do anything more. We kind of got everything we need pretty much set up for our channel. When the time comes, we will learn how to do streaming, maybe, potentially. We'll see what happens. I have no real reason to do streaming yet. Plus, my hours for streaming are, like, way off. I would have to get to a point in my life to where I can quit this godforsaken job of mine, making money elsewhere in a more nicer environment, i.e. my home, which I still kind of want to get a new one, if at all possible. If this housing market wasn't complete shit, and if these people would just not hate pets, pit bulls and cats. Well, you've seen my cat. You've seen how small she is, even though she's kind of getting somewhat bigger, but not as big as I thought she would be getting. But you've seen them. I've showed you pictures of them, I believe. What we need to do is find like a landowner who likes pit bulls, but hopefully also tolerates cats. What are you rolling over the place for? Now she's got upside down head off of the little blanket thing that I have to kind of offset the curve in the bed because of the broken ass bed frames. I think I said this before in a previous video. Many things are breaking. I'm pretty sure I said this in the last Our Time episode. Yeah, I must have. Remember how I said like many things are just breaking around me in this house? A lot of things are just breaking. So many things breaking. We had like a glass broke. Almost swallowed the glass shard, but I felt it on my lip. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? Why is this in my drink? And boom, there was a glass shard. No damage, thankfully. But still, broken everything. Everything's just breaking. I swear to God, I got the curse of breaking. Am I right, cat? Why are you in that position? Is that comfortable to you? I'm gonna pet you. Alright, but yeah, everything's just breaking. How annoying. Alright, it's time for the texture now. How long been at this so far? 49 minutes. About to be 50 soon. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Shouldn't take us too long to get this made. Should have like a few hours. I do want to work on that one particular drawing. The one that continues off of that one little drawing that I made not too long ago that I'm posting Sunday. And it's a mature drawing, so you guys won't see it, obviously. But if you go on DeviantArt, then you can see it. It'll be on a Sunday, most likely, if everything goes according to plan. Oops, and if I can get everything back from the D drive. Also, I really hope I don't have to spend, like, Saturdays, the entirety of Saturday, trying to get this, godforsaken stuff reset back up. It's going to be annoying if I have to do that. Obviously. It'd be preferable if there was another way to fix this. That doesn't require having to reinstall the entire freaking computer. Because I'm going to have to reinstall all the things I have. I got to reinstall Unity, Microsoft Studios Visual, Reaper Studio, then I got to reinstall Steam, reinstall Minecraft, CurseForge, because I do kind of want to do something with that at some point. I don't know when, though. I don't know when exactly I would do that. I mean, it makes sense. If you have exhausted vanilla as much as you can, the next feasible option would be to go to modded. But I don't know what kind of modded series that I could do. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure there's a few. But I'm mostly just concerned about, like, certain mods that are a little bit more complex. And has a lot of, like, complexity to it. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But as it stands right now, it doesn't matter too much. We still got a lot to do in current Minecraft. And even though it's on hiatus, I will still go back to it. And I will accept the 2 losses, or 1 loss, or no loss, and just have a week hiatus. And we'll go back and, do those videos again. Even if I don't have a freaking, drive. A D drive anymore to be able to, like, hold the stuff in. I can still get some videos posted, scheduled, and then just delete them off the hard drive. I don't really have enough space on the D drive in general to be able to, like, hold all that stuff where it needs to be. No, I do not. Nope, not at all. Alright, so let's see. Let's see. Alright, base 2E, and then the 3G. There's not a lot anything else other than the lines here. The lines are kind of what we want to go for, because it looks cool. Lines over here as well. Lines in here. Lines over here. The base. This base as well. This base over here. I guess this one would be more like that. This is like my go-to metal texture. It used to be the other metal texture. You know that one metal texture? You probably don't remember. But it's the one that we usually use for, like, matted metal, I guess you would probably call it, maybe. I think that would be the name, right, Cat? Why are your nips exposed through the fur? Why can we see that now? Let's see here. Base 1H. Then this stuff right over here. And that stuff right over here. Bills here. A Left 4 Dead playthrough, eh? Probably would do Left 4 Dead 2 with the maps there, because I think you get all the guns from 2 and 1, as well as the specials. Going back at 1, it seems so simplistic and so much easier to, like, go through things. Because all you gotta worry about is a smoker dragging you, a hunter pouncing you, a boomer blowing up and throwing up on you, Then there's the tank. Then there's the witch. Avoid the witch. Shoot the tank. And that was it. You got jockeys, chargers, and spitters. Adds more variety to the special infected, so it's not... Yeah, actually... No, it's not just that. It's like, the special infected in one came in like certain, like, patterns. So, if, like, you killed a smoker and then a hunter, next up a boomer is going to spawn, and then a smoker is going to spawn. I think that's what it was. It spawned them all one at a time, and it's like, you know what was coming next. Smoker came in, killed that. Boomer came in, killed that. Hunter comes in next, kills that. Then it restarts the smoker again. And it just repeats the entire process, and you get into a rhythm and whatnot. Whereas in the second game, it's more special infected. I think 2 can spawn at the same time. And there's more variety. Although I guess Charger is, unique in charging at the player. Spitter spits environmental hazard stuff. I think a Spitter is able to grab something too, but it's very rare for that to occur. You gotta, actually get up to them, and they have to, perform a grab move or something, right? Let me see something for a second. I think, left forward dead. Can Spitters grab? I don't see anything here. I don't see anything here at all. Oh yeah, I grab a survivor and carry them over an inch with a spitter. It looks like this person... Yeah, it looks like you can, is it? I have no idea. Well, either way, it's not something that really happens that often. But yeah, it's unique. A lot more there in the in that department. Also, did I forget some stuff there? I think I might have. I must have. Let me check. Yes, I did. I did forget to do this. Although I think that one should be 100. Now we're back at nozzle again. There we go. Okay. I might want to add a little bit more decorum to it. So I think what I'm going to do is add the usual metal texture that I have on something like that. And then that. But that might be it. Unless there's something more here that I can think of to add. Maybe on the edge of this. Maybe make it brighter now that that's a bit darker. There we go. Alright. Phew. Great. Fantastic. A simplistic gun design. Nothing too special. Nothing too, what's the word? And now for the last part. Well, this part is actually pretty freaking easy. There's a soldier here. Dead. Lying in a pool of his own blood. On the ground. With some dirt and grass and whatnot. But that's all. Nothing too, shown. Just blood. Some blood stain, probably. This is war, after all. And of course, with war, you have to expect to see your friends die right in front of you. And, it's not pretty. No, it's not pretty at all. It's a rather psychologically damaging experience. Where you see your buddies that you've been training with for months or even potentially years just die right before your eyes. Ah, yes, of course. War never changes. It's just as the pants that you are wearing in the middle of the battlefield must not be changed until you get back to the safety, so you don't have to worry about changing your pants while you're being shot at. Yes. I just did a weird-ass parody, but you know what? That's fine. That's how it is. This guy's friend's dead on the ground. He grabbed his gun and he's like, is this even worth it? Why are we doing this? Why are they doing this? Are they really this evil-hearted? Because let's be honest here, a lot of the Sanguine is like a lot of people being forced to fight or die. And you got like commanders and whatnot in like charge of mostly everything within the battlefield who are corrupt as all hell, are just as bad as those in charge. It is a very psychologically taxing war for everybody involved, except for those who are in the charge of the commander position, obviously, because, well, they're a bit more, what's the word? They're a bit more sinister. They don't care about other people. They just want this war to, go in their favor. That's the reason why they're a part of the Sanguine faction. Because, Sanguine is just there dealing, crap ton of environmental damage and killing a bunch of people. Yeah, that's what they do. And of course, in a scenario like this, where you're a cerulean soldier who was, hoping to join the force to help with the fight, but then you find yourself, like, up against a crap ton of powerful weaponry, in gun formation even, with giant mechs that just wipe the floor and can destroy cities, some that even could destroy the planet if given the opportunity. Of course, it wouldn't be so easy for the Sanguine to destroy the planet, if that were the case. But it is possible that they can destroy the planet. Just nuke the entire world and then boom, everything is destroyed. He's in a very funny position. Just very funny, right, cat? Your paws are like this. My man. Anyways, yeah, this guy's dying. I'm going to draw some of his body here, but not all of it. Oh yeah, wait, what if we did that? It's more than just his entire body, or dead body, it's part of his body. Yeah. Blew off his legs. It took more than just his shin, they blew up his entire body, from the waist down. Now it's just nothing but gore and death and destruction, just as the Chaos Gods would want it. Wait a minute. This would go great with some milk. Oops. Drops an entire nuke on the city and themselves. So, trying to kill me over a little New Age management, eh? Friggin', that would probably be the Sanguine commanders right there. Somehow managing to survive the explosion. Well, don't forget, most of the Sanguine are kind of superhumans in a sense. Yeah, they're not really, what's the word I'm looking for? They're not normal. They are kind of, oops, that's the wrong one. They're kind of, fully, mutated. Kind of, actually, fully mutated. It's not pretty. Man, son, tell you something, man. Talk about a dang not pretty, man. Talk the whole world just freaking falling apart, man. People fighting amongst each other. War, man. The thing old war never changes, man. I'll talk about the thing old, all about just ideals and structural integrity of one's Dang old prosperity, man. I'll talk about that dang old yoke. I don't know. Trying to figure out what the motivation, dang old personal goals, man. Motivations. Trying to go on and do their own thing, man, and end up killing each other. Dang old sad man. Was that darker? I don't remember if that was darker or not. I guess not. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's not pretty. Right, Cat? Man's not pretty. A lot of death and destruction in this fucking battlefield. Got straps around this guy's arm. Armor didn't help. Blown up in half. Makes you wonder what's the point of being in that war. You got giant mechs to fight for you. Although I guess there are some people brave enough to be able, or there's some people who are capable of taking out giant mechs of enormous sizes. The guns that you have could potentially take out a mech pretty quickly if you get their critical spots often, technically speaking. If you can manage to land a critical hit on a mech, then you can do a lot of damage. A whole lot of damage. How much damage? Well, that depends. Depends on what gun you're using. You also need to use a very powerful gun, too. Using a Farsight sniper right up against the mech's critical spot. Is that the biggest... Oh, I got 4 notifications! Yeah, sure, why hell not? Penguin Artist 1999, thanks for adding Red-Headed Friend to your favorites. Quell 5785, thanks for watching for adding Naga Princess to your favorites. And thanks Ross the Scarecrow for adding the Grogino to your favorites. Wow, what a surprise. All safe for work stuff? Damn, okay, cool, great, fantastic. Usually it's a lot of not safe for work stuff, but I guess, there's some people out there who still wants the normal drawings. I will keep giving y'all the normal drawings just as I'm doing right now. Now I'm going to go over to the Chrome Wars folder, and I'm going to go through all the weapons. Even though, well, there is a launcher. I'm going to see how much damage that thing did. The launcher does 2,350 critical damage. That's a lot of damage. But the Farsight sniper, how much damage does that do? Okay, 750. But that's like around normal instance for most guns. There's also the revolver, the brake slinger. Oh yeah, that one. The brake slinger. That does only 300 critical, but 100 damage. Or did I get a good shot in on a soldier that's not armored and you just like one-shot them? I don't know if there's anything more here that does a lot of damage, but I'm not going to look through all of them. I'll leave it open in case I want to look back on that and reference it for some reason or another. But yeah, it is what it is. 2,000 damage is a lot, but it makes sense for a rocket launcher-based weaponry. Which, yeah, it does make sense. It's a rocket launcher. It does a lot of damage. It's supposed to do a lot of damage. Flesh. 'Tis but a flesh wound. You see some of the flesh, but do you see all of it? Not really, no. Should you see all of it? Nah. But there will be a lot of blood, though. Now, thankfully with this, there's not too much that I need to do here with the ground. All I gotta do is get the ground in, which we did just then and now. I gotta open up... Well, don't I already have... Yeah, I could probably replace this one now. And then go back to the Photoshop, because I still have some of the swatches that I need for secondary universes. Well, that's the Demon Realm. I want to go to Chrome Wars. I'm going to go to the Sanguine base. And let's see, where is the grass here? Unless we want to go into the Cerulean base instead. Cerulean should have some grass, right? Yeah. Grass. Bigger. We'll rotate it. I guess like somewhat like this. Oh no, what are you doing? Don't go to the history brush. Yeah, the grass is kind of just like doing its thing. Well, there's a bunch of blood spurts. It depends on where the blood spurts are going to be. I guess I should probably have this above the guy, shouldn't I? Like so. And then the blood underneath all the grass. What you going around in there for, cat? Let's probably call that grass 1A. And we'll have grass 1B. This is the grass that's probably going to be underneath the blood, most likely. Guy's body died on a pile of grass and dirt. And then we got some grass over here with this, showcasing off where that is. Okay, maybe not that. Oh, it depends on like the direction most of this is in. Hold on, maybe, seriously? Okay, maybe a little bit more in that direction. Not a little bit less. Right here. Yeah, that should do. That should do! Man, talk about a depressing scene that's occurring right in front of our very eyes. You haven't even seen the blood yet. But I'll worry about that in a bit. Let's just focus on the rocks right now. I really got a lot of rocks here. I guess I could use this color swatch instead. Alright, where is it? You're underneath the blanket and scoffing. Why are you doing that? Angle jitter. Space size. Ah, shitberg. Fucking Christ, are you kidding? Why the you piece of shit. You ever-living piece of shit. And it looks like I gotta redo this now, don't I? For crying out loud, why is it so difficult to just manipulate the thing that I want you to fucking manipulate? Now go to grass 1B, you fucking idiot. Don't even remember what size we were using. I think it was like 250. Seems about right. And this was about like 38, just about here. I guess we'll try to adjust the grass here so it looks a little bit less all over the place. And now adjust it in this direction. Ah, shitberg, and that means that this stuff is gone because of that, you motherfucker. It's fine, we'll replace it. It's no biggie. Alright, yeah, we're still on the right layer. Good, great. Rotate again. Do some more of that. Alright, good. Now we can switch over to the rocks. And go to the rocks, you idiot. Where is the rocks? Here it is. Others dynamic, as per usual. Color dynamic. And then angle jitter. And farther out. Yeah, about like right here. Got a bunch of rocks in the grass as well. Oof, man. Oof, indeed. I guess some of these can be a little bit more spread out since this is kind of, you know, in a very specific angle. So it looks like all the rocks on the ground is here. I guess I'll switch over to a more bulbous looking rock for the rest of it. Angle jitter's gotta be the same regardless. And now we just put in all these rocks here. Do we put in flies? Flies kind of go into the scene when it's all been there for a while, but why would a fly just come into play as soon as a corpse falls on the ground? Unless it's just like a series of ants going over to the blood. Speaking of blood, now for the blood. Oh boy, a big puddle of blood. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do this one. It probably needs to be darker than that. And maybe more of a 90%, maybe not 90, maybe like 80 for 80. Let's try that. But it's mostly just a big blood pile and whatnot. Covering up most of the area here. I guess I should probably do like, is an overlay gonna work? Kind of, actually. Hold on, that kind of works. Get some more of an overlay here. And reduce the size, trickle it down a bit. Now we reduce it to 2020 instead of 8080. And get some blood splurts happening in the field here. This guy was killed in this particular direction. All the blood that's spot out, he fell down, explosion and whatnot. Maybe like an explosive bright light appears. Makes me wonder if I should have the blood. I should probably definitely have blood on top of all of this as well. So blood on the grass, because grass is definitely not going to be unsullied from all this stuff here. I'm going to try my best to make it look natural, but it's not easy. Blood on the palms, obviously, because, you know, you got your hand on the wound, a lot of blood all over the place and whatnot, trying to stop it, but it don't work. And you're just dying, your friends over there just watching you die as they grab your gun. They don't know what to do. Your half of you is gone. Maybe the other half is maybe head is gone too, because you can't really see a head here. Got some blood on some of the grass here to show that this is probably where they got shot. Blood pattern's probably not going to match, obviously, because it's a lot more complex than what I can actually physically get in my head right, but it's fine. And now we just got ourselves a series of ants just deciding that, hey, this is food time now, as they come across this pile of blood. Would ants consume blood? I feel like they would, right? Oops. Oh. I'll get rid of this blank space before I do anything else. Are the ants where they need to be, size-wise? 20%. Also, you should not be a 20/20, you should be full on 100. Whoops. Reduce the scatter, because now we want them to be in a pile. Maybe reduce that to like 42. Now go back to here and change up their position. The ants notice something. All of the, what do you call it here and whatnot. Whoops. At least be like this. Maybe we can have some flies, actually. But not going near the body, or not near the body, but flies designed to go near the body. You see little flies starting to make their way over to the body and whatnot. Let's see. Some sticks on the ground? Sticks and shrapnel? I guess we can do that. Bring that out a bit. Let's see, where's our tree stuff? Tree bark? Is this... It is color dynamic. Because I can have some of these here. We'll have some sticks. Sticks. Bitches love sticks. I'm not gonna have too much. I'm gonna bring that spacing out to 1,000 and just put some sticks and twigs in the bush in background. Maybe I should add a bush as well. I don't know why I want to add a bush, but I'm gonna add a bush. Alright. Before I do that, though, let's not forget about the shrapnel. Shrapnel bits. I'm going to make it out of rocks for now. Shrapnel. Still need you to be far out, though. Well, maybe the shrapnel needs to be a bit more darker, actually. Now I need to grab these scrap bits. Still increase the size, but do this. There we go. Let's see. Shrapnel's like getting all over the insects or the ants now. Maybe do not have that be this, but instead have it be like this, shrapnel over the place. Maybe fire in the grass as well. But before I do the fire in the grass, I need to do the bush. Or actually, fire in the bush. The bush is on fire. Yeah, sure, why not? Fire in the bush. Bush on fire. Bush. Maybe like make some of the bush black with the fire on it to showcase charred, what do you call it? Now I gotta go on ahead and get the fire brush and all that stuff. Easy enough. Fire. 10 for 10, or do we want to do 20? I think I'll do 20 here. 20 for 10. Mine, that poor bush. It's getting put on fire. And some more yellow in it. And then we go over to the bush itself. Give me a shadow. Not all over it, obviously, because it's gonna only take residence within here. Okay. I think that might be all. Now let's do the shading portion and the texturing portion. Maybe we'll see. See how long it takes for us to get. I mean, we're gonna get through this regardless of the time. Should the bush be underneath the grass? No, it can't be underneath the grass. It's gotta be above the grass. Kind of like a little overhead bush, I guess. See all that grass covering blood rot layer. And now we got this here shrapnel, or sharpnel. I meant to call that shrapnel, but I guess it doesn't matter. Shrapnel. I don't know if I'm calling that, or spelling that right. I don't think I've ever spelled shrapnel before. Shrapnel? I mean, I got one of it right. It's just the N-E-L, not A-L. Shrapnel. Shrapnel some more, and now some of the sticks. Damn it. There we go. And then the rocks, of course. Get some of the rocks all shaded in and whatnot. Think about maybe having some of the shrapnel have a little bit of smoke coming off of it. Before we do that, actually, yeah, I don't even need that background anymore. Don't need that showing anymore. Let me focus on getting this guy all done up. Of course, can't forget about this guy over here. The main focal, well, not the main focal point, but the secondary focal point, as you notice in this scenario. Now we got the arm over here. How long have we been at this so far? An hour and a half almost. Well, not bad. Not bad at all. I probably could have gotten the weaponry outline done with in this video, but I wanted to do it off camera. Listen to Markiplier and MatPat do the Power Wash Pal stuff, because why not? Interesting tidbits there, and interesting conversation and whatnot. Alright, let's see how much more is left on this here person. The blood should probably get a little bit more shading in. And now we've got the arm over here, and the torso, and the other torso, and the back torso, the main torso bit. Then there's this torso bit, which should probably be a bit darker anyways. And then this guy's armor over here. That's not the armor, this armor part. Which, you know, most of it does look different from most of the others. But like I said before, custom looks for certain people who want different looks and whatnot. Now the only thing left for me to shade in is the blood. Technically, blood on the dirt would be like full-on black, right? Or would it still be red? Let me darken the blood here on the grass as well. Just so that it's less strange looking compared to all the rest of the blood splotches on the ground. Because it's not overlay. I don't want it to be overlay. I want some of it on the body to be shown a bit better. Alright, outside of texture stuff, I do kind of want to get some smoke off of some of these shrapnel. So I'm going to go over to the shrapnel here. I'm going to do smoke. Oops, smoke. And this will just be throughout most of the shrapnel bits. I mean, it makes sense that there would be smoke coming off of the shrapnel, you know. Dang old smoke man. Smoke man. Feel cancer in your lungs. Smoke me. Taking a fucking plane. Alright, let's see. Because all the smoke there. I need darker smoke for the fire bush. Well, that's more like steam at that point. Maybe just add some darker smoke color to these shrapnels. I'll head back to the smoke real quick and put in some darker smoke. That's not as dark. That's a bit more blue than it is dark. No, not that far out. Try to stick in line with what we have already got set. Yes, of course. How very traumatic looking. Yeah, I didn't think I was planning on doing this. I was just, you know, thinking about, yeah, this guy's just holding this gun because, you know, why not? Cool. But then I decided, you know what? Why don't we have some existential dread when it comes to war? And now we've got this guy's buddy who's half blown up from the waist down, in a puddle of his own blood. That's a lot of blood. I mean, we got a lot of blood in our system. Spread it all out, it would probably be bigger than this. I don't know. Probably. Would it? I don't know. But it's most likely the case. Now for the arm. The other part of the arm. If I remember correctly, those are like leather straps there. With, what do you call it? We'll add that in last. And more bits of the torso right here. Not that bit, of course. Har, har. I laugh as this guy is dying in a puddle of his own blood, or probably already dead. That was a weird noise, but it's just the cat slowly playing with their little ball toy thingy. Isn't that right, cat? You just disappeared. I thought you were going to be staring at the ball, but then you decided nah, and then disappeared. You teleported out of there. Why'd you teleport, cat? Not a meow. Why don't you meow? More Mepsi. You want some Mepsi? You're not going close to it, and I'm not bringing it anywhere closer. Okay. Now it's time to do the flesh part. That's easy enough. I skipped the texture I wanted. This particular texture is pretty good for, chunks of flesh. Yeah, the leaf texture, believe it or not. But the way that looks. And let's see. And then some cracks. Yeah, just about. And now for the ground, the dirt itself. You know, there's a saying when it comes to war, you know, the world is turned and so many have burned, but nobody's to blame. And as we stare across this barren, wasted land, you know, I fear that no life will be born beneath this here bloodstained sand. If I remember the lyrics correctly. It's a very gratuitous war. You know, the Cerulean out there, they cut their own path, but the Sanguine, they follow their wrath. Maybe they're both the same, but at least in the end of it all, when the violence has, you know, settled, and hopefully the factions have all, you know, gotten together when the Sanguine menace has, like, you know, died out, and with Cerulean, Viridescent, and Cadmium hopefully coming to an understanding to the differences, hopefully there will be no more violence. But the unfortunate truth is here, though, is with Sanguine, well, violence breeds violence. But when it comes to them, you know, in the end, it has to be this way. It does have to be this way when you have these freaking psychotic men in power trying to just kill off everything and everyone. You've seen the ocean they made? A toxic ocean? Took over most of the ocean. And it's all toxicified now. How could this have happened? At least they were able to manage to keep most of that stuff in check. Oof. But it still doesn't change the fact that a very toxic part of the ocean, so toxic to where the water turns bright green, emitting these toxic fumes and whatnot. Man, you really gotta, like, think at what the Sanguine has done so far. We haven't even gotten, like, the actual storyline yet, which is not going to occur until, like, a couple of years from now. But, yeah. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all that I can add here. Potentially. Oh, wait a minute. I got an idea. I'm gonna go on ahead and have some embers. Good old embers, just like flying across the sky. Is this far enough away? It's as far as it'll ever be. Embers. Embers coming off of this. Embers coming off of here because there's just a very massive fire that occurred in this particular area. And we got some ashes as well. Ashes, maybe some smoke. Smoke. Are you smoking yet? Happening over on this here side. Like a big explosion occurred. This guy died. He got a part of it. Some smoke over off in this direction. Okay, maybe we need to make the smoke a little... maybe it should be just full-on black instead. Smoke, explosion, a lot of fire occurred, all the shrapnel and destruction coming in that direction and whatnot. Not a pretty sight. Although I probably no, not shadow rays, you idiot. Shadows. I probably should delete some of the smoke here. Alright, is this what I want? I don't remember. Let me go to 2. Okay, no, let me go back to here now before I forget. Alright. And now it's time to smoke. Or shadow, I mean, this gun. Get some shadows in. Gonna have some light up top there. Maybe like a nice orange glow off the side. And of course, well, I'm not sure. Do I want to have some more ember flares? The embers we got there are already kind of like there. And they're kind of like a part of most of the area there. Oops. Kind of, technically speaking. Kind of indeed. I am starting to slowly run out of ideas for what more I can do for these weapon drawings that doesn't involve me just doing a simple show off the weapon and that's it kind of deal. I mean, it makes sense, right? You're not really able to come up with every single thing that you need to like come up with some of these things. I don't think there's too many shadows here that we need to worry about. Some shadows in like this area, some shadows over here. But that's essentially it, I think. Now for the fog. Well, I kind of know what theme I want to go for here in this department. So now let me go over to utilities. Still wish I had everything back, but it's fine. Oh yeah, that kind of works. Yeah. I don't even know if we need to have another fog. I guess we could probably have another one. But we delete part of the fog down here. Ooh, or instead of deleting it, we replace it with a different color. Dual fog. Why not? Maybe not that dark, but that one's the normal instance. Because it's not supposed to technically be during the nighttime. It's supposed to be like afternoon, I guess, but not fully. Okay, now for the flame rays. Or did I just say fire rays? So I'm trying to do for a name. Is this the flame ray I want? Do I want it to be this? Yeah, just a whole bunch of fire over here. Matt, you really get like a completely different scene when you add in the effects. It really does like change the way the scene looks. You see what the scene looks like in the beginning and how it's all built up in the thumbnail. And you're like, damn, that looked so different without that. And now you got this. Now you got this orange glow. How big should it be? I guess about like right here. Not too much though, but enough to showcase a decent amount of light. And now for some particles here. And this is just lighting. Wait until we get the actual effects in. And now for the fire flares. Oh yeah, the flares kind of work perfectly with the little bits of fire here. I almost called it flyer. Shadow Rays 1A. Yes, sirree. Now for the Shadow Rays. Again, relatively simple. Have it more prominent up here, but still have a little bit of it here, and a little bit of it here, and here. There's not really too much Shadow Rays in it either, so it's not that massive. Shadow Rays 1B. Get some Shadow Rays on this guy's corpse, and maybe some from the bush. And that's pretty much it. Alright, now for the light, or the effects. The areas. The effects, that of which we have, whoops. Oh, no, cancel. What are you trying to replace it with that for? I don't know what ANPA colors is, but it's not what I'm looking for. Effects, here we go. Switch back to this. Do this. And let's see here. Light orange, A. And a little bit more orange here to like glow off of that. Orange glow coming off of the gun as well. On that side mostly. I guess on that side it can have a little bit of an orange glow from this fire over here. And I guess technically we should have an orange glow here as well. But there's a big enough fire there to produce a much larger glow. Probably should get the eraser tool and try to trim up the edges surrounding this so it's not too large, you know? It's not that easy. Trying to do this with a mouse, but I've done it many times before, and you get used to it. Takes some backing up sometimes, but that's what you need to do if you're using a mouse. Alright, let's see. That's the light orange. Let me get some teal in here now. I mean, I would imagine most of the battlefield is kind of like covered with a bunch of smoke and whatnot, so it wouldn't really be that easy to see where everything is. Okay, maybe we do go for a lighter teal then. Too bright, too dark, and it looks like it's nighttime, which is not the flow that we want. Now let's get some yellow areas in here to cover up most of what's going on in that direction. And some yellow areas here. It shows that the area in the vicinity isn't like dark, but there's enough of a cloudy appearance where the sky is kind of grayish, but it's not like that gray, I guess is the word we're looking for. Whoops, I forgot to spacebar that. The purple, not purple, the pink. But I don't know where the pink will come into play here. It depends. Oh wait, no, I can see it now. The pink coming in where most of the rays are at. And now maybe some blues and whatnot. Blue area. This might be too blue. But it works, I guess. Delete some of the blue here. Maybe delete some of the yellow here. Or some of the teal. Yeah, some of the teal here in the bush at least. Is there anything more? I do not know. I think that might be all for this one. Now, what do I do for the sepia? That's a good question. What can I do for the sepia? Let's try magenta. Not really. Not really either. What about orange? Orange could work. Let's see if I can find a better one. Oh, what's that one? Red? Is that red? Light red sepia. Maybe. Let's see the other light red. Kind of works. I'll put that on the side and I'll look through all the others. Because this is not too dark. And not too bright either. It's like the perfect amount and it showcases that side pretty well. But nothing else seems to really go for the look that I am looking for here. Yeah, it still provides that red-orange look here and not all red. So yeah, you know what? Actually, that's what we're going to go for then. Good, great, fantastic. Now, I think that is all there is to it. I'm going to put all my tools back to where they were before. And I think that's it. Yeah, that seems like it's it. So there we go, folks. Another drawing done with. And it took us almost 2 hours, but an hour and 47 minutes of just close to it. So as per usual, with effects, without effects, with effects, without effects. Huge difference. But yeah. So that's all for today. So thank you all for watching today's episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Art Time right over here, and the most recent episode of Game Crafters. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.